Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Club 38. I know it's been a minute since we went live, but we are back tonight. Um, it is great to see everybody again. I will give some people a little bit of time to pop in before we start the recording. It is just me tonight. Um, again, for, you know, those of you that don't know, Kate has been on leave for the baby and the housework. So we're working with what we got. Pull up the forums. It has been a minute since we were live. Apologies. I will get into that when we start recording. Um, we have a decent amount of people on. Hey, LVC, how you doing? How's it going, Rob? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. I'm getting better. I'm getting there. Got Creator XS. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start the recording. Get things going. Hello, everyone, and welcome Club 38, where the champagne still flows, the tunes still bop, but tonight, take our final bow. That's right. Um, this is the season finale of Club 38. I will get into that very shortly. But as always, I am Allie Gal, ALLI3GAL. Um, I am not joined by my co-host because she is still out with her newborn baby and as well as the home renovation she has going on. So she's still out on her leave. Um, but hey, I'm here. The lights are on, and for tonight, the beats are still going. You can always find us on the Club 38. You can catch all the episodes on our Spotify, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, as well as my YouTube channel, uh, YouTube, Alley Three Gal. It's all in our Linktree, Linktree / Club 38. You can find Kate's Twitch, my YouTube, the Discord. Get notified whenever either of us go live, as well as Spotify app, all the podcasts, and also um the link to the merchandise. So always go check that out. Grab that Club 38 roll. Be notified whenever we go live. Um, you don't want to miss the start of the next season, as well as ask the podcast question. Um, LBC Rob says there was a bar by my old apartment there, 3838 Club, or maybe 36. Oh well, so it reminds me of it. Yeah, I've always loved the feel of Club 38 since Kate and I came up with it, and I'm glad we were able to stick with it. It's truly an amazing thing that we were able to go this 35 episodes. Crazy. Um, but yeah, so with the intro out of the way, we're gonna get right into it. Um, as I stated, this is 35th episode, and this is going to be our final bow for a while. This is the one where we take a break. Um, I know this has been 3 weeks since we've done a Club 38 live. The majority of it is on me. I have had mental health issues that have played into keeping me away from streaming altogether. I haven't even really been on my own channel, doing my own thing. And again, that's on me. I have had, to be real, my is trying to take me to court. I have trial next week. Um, we're going to trial for it. He's trying to take my kids from me, and that's gotten to me pretty good, just to be real. Ever since this, like, as you all know, I had the abusive relationship and I went into the safe house. Um, he's using that to try to prove me unfit, and really really low fucking thing to do. Um, my lawyer assures me that it's not gonna happen, hopefully. Uh, but obviously, my mind goes to the worst place. So it's just had me off my game. And then on top of that was cookie season for Girl Scouts. So I was always there. And there was no break. So cookie season's over. I was going to go live this last weekend. However, I needed that break of nothing. So I needed that. But as for my channel, I have my kids starting Friday. I'm gonna take that week with them, and then after that, I do have a new campaign for D&D that we are going to be starting this Saturday. I don't know if we're gonna be streaming it this Friday. This Friday, I don't know if we're gonna be streaming it, but it will be streamed. But it's gonna be a session 0, so I don't know if we're going to be streaming it exactly. Um, so yes, definitely some D&D going on the channel, of course, with Lich's channel over there that I'm on, as well as the session that I'm going to be doing on Fridays too. So expect some. We're getting back. We're getting back. I will be doing my solo content here probably the week after my kids go back to their dads. Um, I'll be free. Depending how court goes, if court doesn't go good, I could be on sooner than that. But um, we're gonna be back in the swing of things, so that's exciting. However, for Club 38, the state of the game being the way it is, and just how slow the content is, I know I have talked to Bones, and even he mentioned like Three Scoundrels. There's just not a whole lot to talk about. So he mentioned, missing a couple weeks because there's just nothing to do. So that also plays into the fact for the last couple weeks because I don't want to come on and just talk about nothing. Which is also why I'm going to be taking a break. I mean, outside of the Xerath and Vexatron match, nothing going on in this game. What we might get a little bit talk about once this era is over and we could see how other things go on in the game. But as of right now, like, you guys really want to hear me talk about Coliseum? Coliseum's just like, ugh. Um, but we'll talk about that a little bit too. I want to talk about Andor and just how like good this unit actually is. Um, so yeah, we'll get into that. Uh, let's get into some Swago news. Again, I've been mentally like not in a good place, so I didn't do any conquest. Uh, I gold created Satil second, and then I didn't even do any of the last conquest. So I don't even have Satil Shan, unfortunately. She was one that I was excited for, but just there was way too much going on. So I wasn't able to get her. Um, so GAC, it was kind of interesting being in Kyber too and not really seeing Satil at all. I saw videos of her and she looks impressive, especially with the Ray. However, that was nerfed today. Um, she looked pretty impressive though. Um, yeah, I agree, Rob. I do want her. I did see that she kind of sucks versus a stranger, at least in the testing that I've seen. Um, but yeah, so unfortunately, I wasn't able to get her, which is a bummer. I'm hoping to get her within the next conquest or two. I'm gonna get right to the grind here, probably tomorrow. It's been a long month, let me tell you. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be getting into the grind here shortly. So GAC has just been kind of off with not having Satil, and again, I didn't have all the data crowns because I wasn't doing anything. No data crown farm and no nothing. So my data crowns right now are awful. Losing all the last set kind of hurt. I do have my Wampa crown that helps, but until I could get some of these crowns going, it's gonna be hurting for a minute. Um, let's see. The announcement of Speakings of Conquest, we got Cobb Vanth, which announced. He's not a character that really excites me. Like, even in the Mandalorian and Boba Fett and everything, I wasn't super excited with his character. His kit looks phenomenal though. I'm not gonna read it all, but his kit does look really good. And I'm curious to see how this is gonna work out. Um, and what exactly the team's gonna entail. I know I did see that it's gonna be like up and a couple other players or a couple other tunes. But we all know how we can be. We all like to mess with their teams that they say that we should be using, but really like Steel everybody's been using her with Ray. Well, that was nerfed, but everybody's been using her with Ray. So I'm curious to see how Kavanth works into everything. I know this says constables, Jawas, and Tuscans, or both. I could see more constables being used because Tuscans and Jawas are kind of dead at this point. They have their purpose. They're kind of like um let's see. So the Satil investigation what it was special to it basically states it goes to Old Republic now. And it kind of nerfs everything that helped her with Ray. And also her unique one, her legendary defiance with the Zeta and Omicron. They changed that to exclude Ray. What else did we have? We had a bunch of hot fixes, skill investigation, the announcement of Cobb Vanth, Coliseum, SR3 bonus tier issue. Yeah, this is going back over a month ago. Like all this news that I haven't been able to really talk about. Mm, sorry, I was responding to a message really quick. Thanks, Robbie. Things are just all right. So yeah, that's the news. Nothing really to talk about. I'll get into Andor next, but Rob says everything's gonna be okay. Try to breathe and relax. I'm trying. This year has been the hardest year of my life. Um, going through the breakup, the abuse, getting out of the safe house, trying to do everything on a teacher salary is really rough. Um, in upstate New York, prices of apartments and everything are ridiculous. Like I'm paying, I mean, it might not seem like a whole lot, but 1,300 on a single salary a month is kind of difficult. Um, and then I also got to try to get furniture and all that other, the whole 9 yards. So it's tough. And then my ex breathing down my neck, trying to, it's just a lot to deal with. Um, it's a process, stuff I'm working through. Like I'm sure you could all hear it. Like this has thrown me off my game a whole lot, and I'm ready to get back to normal though. Okay, so let's talk uh, Cassian Andor. I know we don't get to see the whole thing in Coliseum, but I am impressed with Andor altogether. He's a good unit. He's elevated that team in Coliseum like a whole new level. If you could just get him to like 5 star in 55, he'll get you to tier 6 in the Coliseum, which he did for me relatively easily. Um, he's a great unit. Having all those like that extra offense that he puts out on him tops it all off. So that's like how I've gotten through Conquest lately is having him there, and I'm like top 100. I spent money early on just to like get a bunch of crystals, and it worked pretty good because I got the good shop currency. I was able to get some light speed tokens as well as the stuff that I need on hand to Relic Wampa whenever we get to 500 subs. So I have that Relic 10 in the bag, and I was using the rest of it to get crystals, or not the not the second one, Rob. Uh, yeah, so I was using the currency to get the light speed tokens, and today I got everybody on my roster to relics. So I'm finally to the point where everybody's at relics. I could start hoarding gear for the conquest tunes and everything. And when these other guys come out, because I'm not going to get them to the point where they're going to be relicked. So if I could just get them to the point where they're gear 12, I could easily flex everything and get them right to relics as soon as they're dropped. My job doesn't allow me to put mods and everything on them right away because I'm not going to be home before GAC. So that's going to screw with everything. But it's going to be nice uh to deal with that and not have to worry about the gear because everything is all done. I am also working on Zeta, and I'm to the point where the only thing I could Zeta is the bad Zetas. So I'm just kind of putting Zetas on just to put them on. I don't have many left. So I'm putting them everywhere I could while I save up for the current tunes that are going to be dropping here in game in a couple weeks. So I'd like to be able to have a couple Zetas on hands for at least the Ant Cassian team. That's going to be big Yeah, those Zetas are gonna be nice to have for that team. ISB team is gonna be cool. They came in riding a high, and then they kind of phased out pretty quickly as soon as the store came out. There's not too many ISBs in the game, so that team's kind of like as it is. I'm sure somebody's gonna come out with something strange that we could do, but that's kind of just what that is for now. But Cassie and Andor, he surprised me. I like that team a lot. The show was amazing, so it's really good to have that team along with, um, you know, the team's great. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of the status we'll go. Um, when we come back, which again we're going to be taking a break on Club 38 for a while because there's not much like going on here, and outside of just hearing me ramble, without Kate, kind of hard to do. It's been a while since she's been here. Um, I'm burnt out on it. Just so I need a little bit of break. We will be back, but we're gonna wait until Kate's done with her house renovations, and um, as soon as she's good with the baby, we will get back into doing Club 38 again. Also, when we do come back, we have talked. We've been talking about shifting things because we're at 22 minutes into the show and we're already done with the status we'll go. So what I think we're gonna do is I've been talking to Celiac Sarah, and Sarah's gonna be kind of a regular on the show, and um still talking about it if she could make it work, but I want to if we could get her to be a regular on the show, we're gonna do our status will go to open things, catch up on the news, get everything done, and then at this point in the show, after we talk about Swago, we will move into books or something else. Celiac Sarah, Rob. Um, so we can go into like books or something else that Sarah wants to talk because she last time she was on, she was okay with doing a show on books, and the three of us are all big readers, so that's kind of going to be where we go in the future because books are going to be something we could always talk about. Deep dives. We're thinking about doing like Star Wars books, other things. Uh, the Thrawn series was tossed around. Again, this is just stuff like we're thinking about, and we're excited too. I've always wanted to do a deep dive, so it'd be interesting to actually do a deep dive with some people. Um, there's other podcasts that I listen to on deep diving, so having my own would be pretty cool. Uh, Sarah was on right now. I have a ton of questions based on Throne of Glass. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to pop on. Um, I do have like a ton of Throne of Glass questions for Sarah and Kate if they were here. I had that all ready to go. Uh, I'm currently listening to Quicksilver. It's gotten really good. I'm really enjoying it. Uh, I'm excited to actually end the podcast because I'm going to listen to it as I'm waiting to. As I'm like winding down for bed. Uh, that's going to be really nice. That's kind of the future of Club 38 is we're going to be gearing more towards other things a little bit, and then we'll talk about our bread and butter because we all know you want to be here for Star Wars. That's going to be we're going to keep that focus. Going to be here still, and then we're going to do our other thing that interests Sarah and might it actually gives us something to talk about on the weekly basis. And then we could talk about Swago and just catch up on things, and we'll be all right. But again, that's gonna be some time from now. I don't know how long Kate's home renovations are gonna be. I don't know how long, getting in a place from, she's got a lot of sicknesses going on and the baby and everything. Um, More booze right now. All right, yeah, thanks, Rob. I'll hit you up. Take care. Enjoy the booze. Drink something strong for me. I've been doing my vodka and peach schnapps on a Scribble stream on Fridays. Thanks, Rob. Uh, Sorry, I just saw a new a Des streamer. Des72, like she is Spanish. It kind of stinks that we got to take this break. I don't. It's something that I don't want to do. Club 38 is my baby. I mean, I've put a lot into this. I've put a lot into the guests. I've put a lot into building us up to a certain standard, and it really does suck that we got to this point. Um, Fortunately, that's where I'm at though, and I really can't wait to get back to you all. Um, Again, I'm going to be doing my normal stream, so definitely make sure you hit that follow button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit whatever button. If you're over on the YouTube side of things, let's get to 500 subscribers. I still have that goal. If we hit 500 subs, we're gonna get a Relic 10 Wampa, which I'm excited for. I got everything ready to go. I keep looking at them. I'm like, can't wait for that one. That's gonna be really cool to have that Relic 10 Wampa. So hit that follow button over on YouTube. Let's get the channel up. Um, Again, I know it's been a while, but we're back on track. We're gonna hit the ground running, and everything's gonna be okay. I guess we could get over to some viewer questions. I know it's been a minute, so we do have some built up. Okay, podcast question. Um, Lady Geek at again. This was from 317. Lady Geek asks, "What's the worst job you ever had?" Oh God. The worst job I've ever had. Uh, it was a decent job. This is where things are gonna get complicated. I worked at an aluminum plant, and things were tough there because of the schedule. Like it was a good job, but I worked there for 8 years, and uh, great pay. Like I was phenomenal pay. I was bringing home like $2,000 a week. It was amazing as far as that went. Um, the downside being, this it was a swing shift, so I was 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. or 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It was like 3 days a days, so I would go in at 6 in the morning, and then after those 3 days, I would have like 3 days off, and then I would go on to nights. So go in at 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I did that for like 4 nights, and then I would get a day off, and then I would switch back to days. So that killed my sleep. I'm still suffering from insomnia, and I left there like 3 years ago. So, uh, like that'll mess your health up. Uh, I quit because I was with my ex. We all know how that all played out, but he got like controlling with finances and everything. So I quit my job because unfortunately I gave that to him, well as my health was just not very good because I was raising his daughter and I would get home at 6 in the morning and be up at 7. So I was going home and getting like an hour of sleep. And that just, when you're doing that for 3, 4 days in a row, it's just not healthy. So it was killer. Um, my doctors wanted me to quit. So unfortunately, that's where everything fell. Um, but yeah, so that's probably not the worst job I've ever done because it was terrible for me, but the job really wasn't bad. And then our final question comes from Sander. Have you ever accidentally started a book club? I think I may have started one at work. I've got two coworkers who are also going through the Drayden Files series with me. It's their first time, and it's my upteenth time. So yes, yes, I did. Many of them. I've been in a bunch of them, and I have a group of friends, and we actually like we would meet and talk about books, and then it just got to a point where we were like, "Hey, let's actually like turn this into a book club." So it started out just the three of us, and then it grew. We would meet up once a month, and at like my friend's house, she lives out in the country, so we did bonfires and stuff, and talked about well, we gave everybody a choice of what to do. The majority of us chose just to do the bonfires, and drinks, and books, and everything. Just have a good time. Other people wanted to like meet up places like a coffee house and talk it, which is completely fine. It was a good time. Uh, we let everybody kind of choose what they wanted to do, and all was good there. So yeah, that was kind of my book club experience. If anybody has any questions, because we only had the couple, feel free to ask them. Or else, we're gonna call it here until the next time Club 38 happens. All right. No questions. We're just gonna have to end it here. Again, we're gonna be taking a break. I don't know how long it's gonna be. If you want to be notified whenever we go live, make sure you get in that Discord. Make sure you hit that follow button, that sub button. Follow the podcast wherever, whenever, and then you'll be notified whenever we go live. Also, I will be doing my own thing, so make sure you follow me. If you still want to get my takes and watch me play a little bit of Swigo and other things. We have a good time. With that, thank you all for watching, and we will. All right, so that was our recording. I know it's super short. It's only been a half hour. Um, stream says we've been going on for 41, but excluding the music intro, it's about a half hour. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give me. Um, I do love every single one of you, and I'm excited that as soon as my kids go back to their dads, I'm going to be getting back in the swing of things. So I'm excited to see everybody again. Mental health sucks, guys. It's so important, but it really does. Like when it gets to that point, it sucks. Let's find somebody to raid out to. Um, get over to Creator Access. Uh, Apologies, neither one of them are in English. Um, if you're watching over on the YouTube side of things, um, you can't raid officially without 500 subscribers. So let's make sure we get those subs up over on YouTube. Have one watching. Let's see. Do you have anybody on Swigo? We don't have anybody. We have Starfield. We have seeing anything very good over on the. All right, since really nobody is watching it, Gilroy G is playing Silent Hill 1999. Go over, give him a like on his stream. Post the link. If you're on the YouTube side of things, go check him out. I enjoy watching him. He was doing Resident Evil for a while, so he's entertaining in Resident Evil. I'm excited to see him do some Silent Hill. So go check him out. Let's start the raid over on YouTube. We will get you over to Creator Access. So the raid is started over here. Hang out. Make sure you do that raid. And I will see you guys really shortly for all my own stuff. Take care and remember that rebellions are built